Okay, as the saying goes, good people are hard to find. Fortunately here at the Art Jacksonville, we're surrounded by great people, which includes each of you tonight, our funders who believe in our mission and promote community inclusive services, and our committed staff and board members who provide the energy and guidance to keep our agency moving forward. And of course, the 500 plus individuals that our agency serves every single day. Tonight, as we celebrate Dinner with Bill, the 25th year, as you've heard, I stand here before you to share some of our successes. To introduce my friend Vidal over here. We're going to know more about him in just a minute. And Elizabeth on this side. And we're going to share a little bit about their journey since they joined the Art Jacksonville. Several decades ago, individuals with intellectual and developmental differences were excluded from almost participating in every aspect of community life. Today, things are really vastly different, and the opportunities are limitless. Instead of talking about a person's disability, today we try to focus on their abilities and how they can maximize their independence within their community. And actually, Jacksonville happens to be one of the most progressive and receptive cities to initiate change, acceptance, and inclusive options. And I'm going to share with you a few of those examples. The Connectable campaign, which you just heard about from our first guest speaker, is already changing things locally as far as the conversation. And it will soon impact statewide and national too. So what Dolores Weaver did by jump-starting the Connectable campaign, hopefully it's going to soften the way we describe people with intellectual differences. And again, we're going to try to include them more in community life. So we're taking this campaign not only through Jacksonville, but we're also going to offer it in the state and on a national basis. You will soon hear more from Dinner with Bill Chairman Blake Wilson on the Art Jacksonville Village and the College on-Campus Training Program at the University of North Florida, which were both considered the first in the country. As Bill Sachter would say, who is the namesake of Dinner with Bill, everyone just needs good friends, a good place to live, and a good job. The Art Jacksonville's most current and new initiative focuses on employment. Everyone should have a job and the opportunity to work and earn a paycheck and really feel like they're a contributing member of our community. Several new best practice employment models are being designed and tested in area businesses, which will promote hiring and also will meet the business's manpower needs, as well as being a win-win situation when they hire one of ARC's employees. Members of our staff are also reaching out to business leaders to identify opportunities for internships, job training, and volunteer experience, which will then lead to competitive employment. A new small work group crew has recently been developed. It's a new model. And that model includes 4 individuals that receive services from the ARC, and they actually go to work in an area business with an ARC staff member. And that staff member then provides support in the group of 4 during their work day. And therefore, they can have successful employment. The Fields Auto Group and Chartwell's Food Service have endorsed this employment model. And you're going to hear a little bit more about that model later in the program. And I'd like to invite up now Vidal. This is my friend. We all know Vidal by his smiling face. He's a big smile. And Vidal was actually homeless just a few years ago. Vidal was living at the Schultzbacher Center when he was first introduced to the Art Jacksonville. And we happened to have an opening in one of our group homes in the community. So Vidal moved in, and he just thrived. And he started attending our center and learned some job skills. And today, 2 years later, he is now employed 5 days a week. He works our night shift. Okay, and here on this side over here is Elizabeth, and I'm going to help Elizabeth out. Okay. Okay, Elizabeth has a similar story. She actually grew up in foster care. And after turning 18, she lived independently in the community with not much going on in her life. She didn't have a lot of staff support, didn't have a lot of friends, etc. Anyway, when the village opened, Elizabeth found us, we found her, she moved in, and the story is very, very different today. She thrives here in the village. She's made so many new friends. She is also involved in attending one of the ARC off-site programs. She also is involved with Brooks Adaptive Sports Program. She volunteers, and she's actually our communication coordinator for the ARC Village Voices Advocacy Group. So she has just thrived and blossomed since she's joined. Okay, with your help and support, the ARC Jacksonville is going to continue to change lives and assist individuals to reach their maximum potential. Jacksonville continues just to be a great, great, wonderful city to live, and we are very thankful for all the support we receive.